Hey guys, this is Sneijder and we're here at Future Sound Egypt 300 in Amsterdam at Escape, and I'm here with Kidson.
Last time we had a chat was in London, actually, at Trans-Sanctuary for the New Year's Eve event, which is about 8 months ago right now. At that point, you had just finished your remix of Andain, What It's Like, and it's still one of those tracks that people want to hear you play, right?
Yeah man, to be honest, it's been one of the most requested tracks in my set still now. I mean, it just went really big. It was released the end of December, and I wasn't really prepared for the sort of impact it had. It just sort of went viral on the internet. So, I mean, Andain has such an amazing voice, you know, at yourself. So it's really her voice that made the track, and just, you know, I added my production. So it's really down to Andain's voice. So it turned out really well. I'm really pleased.
How did you approach the track when you did the remix?
The actual original of the track was like an acoustic. It was like really slow. Just the parts that I was sent was just like a guitar, like an acoustic guitar, and Andain's voice. So it was really an open book on what to do with it. And I knew I wanted to make a really banging trance mix, but I wanted to keep it sort of true to that, you know, the vocal being the main focus of the track. So it just really it's actually the longest I've spent on a remix. You know, I've spent like maybe 4 weeks on it, and it changed the arrangement different times and just played it out and just sort of tweaked it as, you know, as I felt needed, and I'm really happy with it, to be honest. I think I kept that uplifting vibe, but still the angelicness of the vocal. So
it was like creating an original track because you only have the vocals, right?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
How long did it take? I mean, how long does it usually take, and how long did this take to produce a remix like that?
Usually a remix usually takes me about a week, and then I'll play it out, and if it needs tweaked, I'll take it back and do some changes. But with that one, it was like I knew it had a lot of potential. It was really special. I knew I could see the potential in the vocal, so I really like polished it off and spent lots of time before I gave it back. And I mean, the vocal is just, you know, really quality, and it just makes the whole track really. So I'm really happy to be asked to work on it, to be honest.
It's a really great remix, actually. When I met you in London, you were also building your own house. How's that coming along right now? It's just been 8 months, so how's it looking?
Man, very slowly but surely. I mean, any extra money I have, I'm sort of pumping into the house and trying to get it finished. So I think I said this last year that I'm hoping to be in a few months, but honestly, I definitely will be in by this Christmas. I mean, I've just built a new studio and stuff, and it's just really whatever spare money I have, I'm just trying to do wee small bits and pieces at a time. So, you know, I'll definitely be in it this before Christmas, definitely. Next time you're talking to me, it'll probably be the same. Yeah.
I'll put these videos together like two or three times you said it will be, but hopefully you get in there soon, right?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
But you're a builder, so you know how to build, right?
I know how to build, but it takes money in order to build as well, you know what I mean? So it's a slow process. I want it to be right. I want to move in. I want the house to feel like a home. So I don't want to move in. It's sort of half finished and I'm like doing bits and pieces while living there. I just really want to have it at a good enough stage where I can feel comfortable, feel like a home. So there's not much to be done, not much. So hopefully soon.
You have your own radio show, Distant World. Where does that name come from to start with?
Oh man, it's like I've been asked this a few times. Honestly, I don't really know. It's just something I thought of, just a concept I thought of, and just rolled with it. It sounds stupid at the start, but I just sort of, as time went on, I liked the name and just rolled with it. So continued on. It's sort of it's a nice enough name, but actually I'm thinking about changing the name pretty soon because I want to have the podcast and the radio show all under one umbrella. So I'm thinking of doing a name change, but I haven't really thought of anything yet. So possibly in the near future something might change.
What's the difference between a radio show episode and a live set, right? Like that, mostly, like the biggest change?
Well, I think more or less the radio show, you get like 2 hours, you know, per month, whatever, and you get to sort of express yourself musically where you can build it up from like slower stuff. I mean, a lot of people know me for the 140, the banging stuff, so when they go to see my live sets, they expect the more pacier music. So, you know, sometimes when you're out playing the club, you only have like an hour and a half, so you have to straight in there, and like especially if you're playing in closing set, you can't really slow it down and play like slower stuff, progressive stuff. So I think it really gives people an idea of what sort of I like musically as opposed to slower stuff. Like I've made no secret of this. I really love the Cold Harbour sound. I really love all that sort of stuff. So I like to play that stuff at the start of my radio show, and really gives people a sense of what I like musically, really.
How much do you adapt your sets depending on what country you're in?
I think it's essential because, like, for example, if you go to like Argentina, South America, Mexico, stuff like that, they really like the fast-paced music. So you're gonna take it up a gear when you go there. UK, they like it hard but melodic, so you can start off a wee bit slower. I mean, obviously it does depend on what country you're playing and how hard you play the music, but it's a good balance because you're not playing the same stuff all the time. You're getting to travel the world, play different countries, and you're sort of getting to explore yourself musically as well. So,
what's your favorite weapon, emotion or energy?
Both. Can I say that? I mean, I base my tracks on a mixture between like Alan Feela's sound, Simon Patterson, John O'Callaghan, sort of all rolled into one. So it's a bit of tackiness with uplifting melodies and stuff. So it's both things are essential for me.
I know you're a big fan of rap music and hip hop. Could you ever imagine yourself like creating hip hop beats, or have you tried?
I've actually tried, yeah.
What did it sound like?
Terrible. I mean, when you listen to like Dr. Dre and stuff, who's a really reputable producer and stuff, I mean, the production is so clean, so crisp. I mean, it's a lot of it's sample based. You know what I mean? They're taking loops from like really old records and looping them, and I wouldn't have that knowledge. Whereas these guys have grew up listening to like soul records and stuff, and they really know the music. So I just listened to it from like a spectator's point of view, where I can appreciate the music. But if I want to actually produce it, you have to really, really know the genre. You know what I mean? So it would be pretty difficult for me to do that. But I've always liked to dabble in a few different things. And to be honest, I did make one. I might put it up on SoundCloud. Who knows? It's terrible.
But have you ever thought about combining, or doing something like a bootleg or something like that?
It could be an option, but I mean, I just think there's a line there. If you cross it, could be cheesy. Do you know what I mean? And it's like the sort of genres of music where they're very distinct in their own way. And I think if you try to blend them, it would have to be something very, very special to cross over. So it's not. I mean, I love trance for what it is, and I love rap for what it is. So to fuse the two together, I don't know if it could be done really.
Sounds like a smart idea to keep them separate. But if you do it, you need to send it out to people so they can hear it. If you do it good,
they're both good for their own reasons, and they're both good because of the elements and the people behind the music and stuff. So I mean, it's better just leave. Some things are better untouched. Yeah. That's the way I better put it. Yeah.
I think I agree with that too. You have a new track coming up with Mark Leanings, Now or Never.
Yeah, Now or Never. It's released actually this Monday on Carnage. Teamed up with Mark, a good friend of mine for a few years, and we decided to hit the studio and do something. And to be honest, the track's turned out really, really well. The feedback's been great. It's got like support from Marman, John O'Callaghan, Alan Feela and stuff. So it's just a blend of the two of our styles, a bit tacky, really good uplifting melody, and hopefully it does well. It seems to be getting good feedback.
I have one last question, and I'm not sure if it's a tricky question, but it could be. What would you prefer if you had to choose one, football or music?
Oh man. Definitely music, although I've been a football fan for a long, long time since I can remember. Avid Liverpool fans, everybody knows. But I mean, music gives me that spark. It's like the creativity where I can go into the studio, take what's in my head. I don't think there's any better feeling than like taking from what's in your head, putting it in a track, and going out and playing, and seeing the reaction to the crowd. I mean, it's magical. Like, I don't think you can explain it to anybody. You have to like be in that position to actually feel what it's like. It's like, it's a dream come true, really.